Well, Married to Medicine, I gotta hand it to you. This was a bang of a finale for a flop of a season.
She just let me know, but they show no vision. Didn't say you found it, but she's still gonna hold on. Didn't say you found it, but she doesn't want.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Bonnie Scotch. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. I wanted to bring you a recap for Married to Medicine. This is season 10, episode 14. This is the finale. We made it, y'all. We made it. I'm so glad that they didn't drag this season out. Okay, I'm thankful. I'm grateful. Before we get into this recap, go ahead and hit the like button for me. When you hit the like button, not only is it a free way to support my channel, but it also lets YouTube know that I'm here and that you all are rocking with my commentary. So YouTube starts to shoot my content out to viewers just like you, an audience who ordinarily would not get an opportunity to connect with my channel. Y'all, I took so many notes for this. There was just so much going on in this episode. Whew. Let's get into it, okay? Because my shift starts at 10. It is 8:50, okay? And I ain't got no time to waste. We start the episode with the ladies questioning Alicia about where the 150K went, and then we get Heavenly letting us know that she placates Daddy Damon. She tells little white lies to keep the peace in her marriage. She says that the way Damon and Kema think is in alignment with one another. I think this is a part of the reason why Heavenly somewhat likes Alicia. And this comes as no surprise to us. I think even Rodney the Voice says this, that the rules of patriarchy can't really apply within Heavenly's home just based on the way Heavenly carries on the show, the way she acts. Heavenly, you're not low. It's good to see Heavenly in this moment be honest about her marriage for 2 seconds, because on the low, I know that Heavenly has to be schooling Allura on what the situation is. That sometimes you got to stroke these men's egos to keep the peace in the home. But I'm not in a place personally where I want to stroke a man's ego to keep peace. Like, I don't even want to have to go through that. I want me and my man in question to be on the same page, be on the same agenda, not that patriarchy shit where it's like, oh, the man has to lead, and where are you leading me to? What does leading me even mean? I want y'all to define what leadership means for men, because Damon said that in this episode, that he wants men to take an active role in leadership. What does that mean? Does that mean you choose the movie every time y'all go to the movies? Does that mean he chooses the house? I don't get it. Where's he leading you to? You're an adult woman. I'm going to leave it alone. Anyway, what I want to say to sum that up is that I am grateful that that is not the type of life that I have to live, stroking a man's ego to keep the peace. I just feel like it's a slippery slope with that. You kind of can put yourself in a dangerous situation. I don't know, lying and pretending to be something that I'm not to keep a man. It's not my ministry. It's not for me. There has to be a deep sense of desperation and a willingness to put up with whatever foolishness comes across your table when you vow to keep a man for the most part. Everybody man ain't Eugene, and everybody's man ain't Russell Wilson. Again, shout out to Rodney the Voice. For me personally, if I'm going to entertain a man, he got to be like Gomez from Addams Family. Sorry. Gomez and Morticia are the most healthy example to me of a cis hetero relationship. If I'm to be with the man, he has to be like Gomez. I'm sorry. The way he worship Morticia, it's worship and nothing less for me. Sorry. The way Eugene gets down and nothing less. Spoil me. I'm baby. I'm princess. As long as you can get in line with that agenda, we're going to be good. We're going to be here. We're going to be on the same page, okay? Let me get off my soapbox, child. Heavenly let Alicia know that she needs to get her own separate account, and the women reinforce this. I thought that that was common knowledge. I thought that this was something that we all know as women. I just feel like you always got to have your own for your own safety, for your own protection. And at your big age, if you don't know this as a woman, we losing recipes. Something is getting lost in translation. The couples are having a disco party night. Everybody looks good. Lateasha always looks like her tits are ready to fall out of whatever she has on. Doesn't matter what she has on, them titties are ready to fall out. But I do feel for the big chested girlies because I know it is not easy for y'all, okay? I know it's hard for y'all to find clothes that actually fit and are flattering. Simone is reflecting with the group about the times they've had on couples trips over the past 10 years. Simone and Cecil's confessional say that they've been struggling to stay married. They're saying that marriage is a struggle. Just one episode ago, I think Eugene said that it's hard being married to Toya. I just feel like marriage shouldn't be a struggle. I feel like we both should want to be here. I feel like, is it going to be a cakewalk every day? No, because you're with a person, you're rubbing against different belief systems and ideals and traumas and triggers and all kinds of things. So do I think it's going to be easy every day? No. Do I think it's a struggle though? Do I think it should be a struggle? Do I think struggle should be normalized? Absolutely not. Y'all be too quick to celebrate struggle love for me. I don't get it. I'm not calling that into my life. I want my love to be like, we are both choosing to be here every day. Every day we know that it's a choice. I think that some people believe that staying in marriage at all costs is beneficial to all parties involved. And I'm not of that belief. We have Toya saying that if Cecil and Simone divorced, it would be 21 years of wasted life. How would it be wasted life? Them getting a divorce is not a waste of a life or their years together. The marriage ending is not a failure. Staying in an unhappy marriage actually is where the failure comes in. A failure is staying somewhere that you are lonely, that you feel like you don't belong, that you have to betray yourself to be in just for the sake of appearances, just for the aesthetic. That's failure. Finding your joy is where you win. Where you have joy in your life is where you have success. Folks be miserable in these marriages, and just because they have 10 years, 20 years under their belt, they feel as though it's a successful marriage. Meanwhile, y'all be miserable to boot. Y'all got it so twisted when it comes to these relationships. Jackie saying that God makes no mistakes and that this group is the reason her and Curtis have stayed together. And I know God was looking around like, now why am I in it?
Now why am I in it?
And you could have did it.
See how I get it wrong
because you never apologized.
God don't have nothing to do with what y'all do and the choices that y'all make within y'all marriages. The choice you made to stay miserable in your marriage and stay with Curtis is your choice. It ain't got nothing to do with God. So stop bringing God into the fuck shit. That's my problem with y'all. You chose to stay in a miserable marriage. This episode is the third time that I heard Jackie say that Curtis is going back to the DR or something to that effect. She said that he got to bring the money home to mama. I thought Curtis was a basketball coach and he was retired. We know what men do in the DR. Let's not play like they don't exploit already marginalized groups with their sex tourism. Hello? All that passport bros shit and all that shit they got carrying on. Filthy, dirty, disgusting, and grimy behavior out there. It's despicable. It's disgraceful. You letting your man cheat in peace? You tell him it's better to go overseas where nobody can see you. Jackie. You can go and be scissor sisters elsewhere and go and find your joy, sis. No shade. But y'all be holding on to these men clinging to them for dear life, and they are dragging you down into the gutter, into the dirt. This is crazy. Y'all really could just get a divorce. I'm going to leave it alone, child. I'm going to leave it alone. I don't know. I don't know how y'all expect me to believe that Curtis is in the DR for work. I was born on a Thursday, but it wasn't last Thursday. Phaedra says that groups don't usually support marriage, and when somebody says they want a divorce, that people are all for it. Phaedra, that's because sometimes you niggas need to get divorced in real life. People support divorce because that's what needs to happen. Y'all don't need to stay in these marriages. Y'all act like marriage is this holy thing that can never be broken. Y'all act like just because people are married that they should stay married or should have gotten married in the first place. Reality check. Some people need a divorce. Some people are better off divorced, and that's okay. You and Apollo were not going to work no matter what group of friends you were surrounded by, Phaedra, because Apollo is an ex-con. A conman. Okay? So you think that this group could have convinced you to stay with an ex-con, is what you're saying? You think that they should have? You think that would have been a good idea for your life? Like, what? I feel like y'all just get on TV and say anything. Y'all just be saying stuff. And I don't understand. Then we have a flashback of Damon saying that it's a win for Satan anytime somebody divorces. No, it's a win for Satan when y'all niggas be staying together and be going upside each other's heads with skillets. Hello? DV. Cases of DV. Unhappy. Unfulfilled. Loneliness. And somebody is staying in the house with you. Y'all don't even sleep in the same bed. I mean, not that everybody has to sleep in the same bed, in the same room. You know, people have their arrangements, it's whatever, but y'all really be miserable. It's not a win for Satan when people get divorced. It's a win for each individual. It's a win for the children to finally see their parents happy and thriving. Y'all act like marriage is the end-all be-all, the final title, the highest and mightiest honor that you could have. The way y'all hold marriage in such a high esteem, but you cheat, you lie, you run through the streets, it doesn't even make sense. Y'all don't even value marriage the way y'all be clinging to each other like you got shackles connected at the feet and at the wrists. It doesn't make sense. Y'all don't value the institution of marriage for y'all to be feeling like, oh, it's a win for the devil when somebody gets divorced. What? Y'all don't even honor your vows when you're there. Like, what are we saying here? Dr. Alicia reveals that she wanted to file for divorce in 2017 when she was pregnant with Amara. She said that she had swollen ankles from being pregnant and that he still expected her to be cooking, cleaning, and making chicken stew. This is the reason why y'all need to talk about what the expectations of you as a wife and you as a husband will be before y'all get into these marriages. You should not be deep within your marriage. You should not be with child before you learn that your husband has this expectation of you being in the kitchen, cooking and cleaning while you're pregnant. This should have been discussed before he got in them guts. Do y'all get to know these people before you marry them, before you have children, before you have sex? Do you know how intimate the act of someone being inside of your body is? Like, someone enters your body with theirs. And I feel like there are so many steps that are missed in between when sex happens. I'm not saying that I've never done it. Listen, I was definitely in my 20s, some time ago. Okay? I'm grown out here, so I know how it goes. I also don't have any children. Hello? I also am not stuck in a marriage that I don't want to be in. Hello? Is it niggas out there who would marry me right now if I picked up the phone? Absolutely. but I don't have the desperation that is required to have and keep a man. I don't. Every nigga out here ain't Eugene. Every nigga out here ain't Russell Wilson. Every nigga out here ain't a good man, Savannah. Now, am I bisexual? Yes. Am I pansexual? Yes. So things are a little bit more open for me in a sense. I'm not solely attracted to men. Thank God. Hello? Anyway, let me get back into this review, child. I am so boxing today. My thing is, what are y'all doing before y'all get down the aisle? Because you cannot tell me that Kema just up and decided to be misogynistic one day. That didn't just happen. You knew that life would be no crystal stair when you married this nigga. You knew this, Alicia. Kema said after that he decided to straighten up and become a team player because when men hear divorce, they hear that their wife is going to leave them and take half. He says that marriage is about staying together for the kids, and that's y'all's problem. Y'all hinge these fucked up marriages to the kids and say that it's about the kids. And I feel like y'all use these children as a scapegoat to carry on with the fuckery and the foolishness. Oh, there's a hair on my face and I cannot. Okay. When in reality, what is best for the kids is them being in an environment where their mother is being treated with the respect, kindness, and love. Not being treated like a mule and a maid. Sometimes what's best for the kids is that the mother is a single parent. And I know that's a controversial statement because I know the way in which the world likes to villainize single mothers, especially black single mothers who, quiet as it's kept, run this shit, are amazing resources to their communities, are really those girls in real life. Make shit shake, make it happen. Listen, it's not about glorifying single parentdom. What I'm saying is that when you have a child, as a woman, when you have a baby, be prepared to be a single parent. Because look at how these niggas act. Look at how Kema acts. When we were first introduced to him, he was like, oh, those are your kids. You should want to be home with your kids. He didn't say our kids, my kids. They consider them y'all's kids, even though they lay down with y'all. We're the ones who have to do the carrying and the labor. Anyway, child. Anyway. Let's move it along. Now we're at the Med Gala. M-E-D Gala. This is a very cute idea. Shout out to whoever came up with this. Girl, Toya is being cheap, tacky, and trifling once again. The ladies all agreed to put in money to throw the event. The number of logos that they had on the sponsorship would determine the cost. With Toya's logos, this would have put her at about $1,000. Instead of donating the little $1,000, she decided that she would donate $1,400 worth of wine. That's not what they asked you to do. Wine does not help pay for an event, Toya. Eugene trying to argue the fact just makes him look cheap and ridiculous just like Toya, but we know he's going to stick up for his wife, whatever. Side note, whoever has been styling Jackie for this season, and I want to say maybe even the last season, but especially this season, I got to give you your 10s. Jackie's stylist has been on point. Even her makeup artist stepped it up. Jackie's look has been stepped up. She looks great. Not a hair out of place. This is the best that I've ever seen her this season, this whole time that we have known Jackie, these whole 10 years. She looks amazing. Heavenly gets on the mic to thank the sponsors. She thanks Jackie and Simone. Toya jumps up to correct Heavenly and said, Dr. Simone. Toya, girl. Miss Thing, for real? You knew that Heavenly was going to get, you had to know that Heavenly was going to get off in your ass when you did that. And I feel like that's what you get. You had it coming. You had it coming all along. You know I love me some show tunes. Actually, maybe y'all don't know that about me. But I do love me some musicals. Shout out to Chicago. Cell Block Tango, honey. Anyway, Heavenly takes that opportunity to announce to the crowd that Toya didn't donate, and Toya's tacky ass yells back, but I donated wine. Toya, not everybody drinks, and nobody asked you to donate this wine. They needed material funds, the kind of money that folds, not jingles. Then Eugene pulls Damon to the side, you know, kind of abruptly, because you can tell he's upset. Damon is like, now hold on a minute, okay? Let's take it easy for a second because I don't want any problems with you, pretty much. Eugene assures him, look, bro, I don't have any problems with you. I just don't want people to think that my wife is cheap, you know, that kind of thing. I'm kind of hot right now. Damon says that he understands. They kind of laugh it off and hug each other. The producers ask Heavenly and Damon in the confessional if that was the appropriate time to bring up that Toya didn't pay, and Damon says that he supports his wife. And I just thought that that was hilarious. Now we get a glimpse of Quad once again. Shout out to Quad. Quad says the last time we saw her, the women were shading her down. No, baby, they weren't shading you down. They were dragging you to hell. That was more than shade. That was an out and out, thorough icing out. They iced you out, baby. They didn't shade you, okay? Shade would have been acceptable. What they did was out of order. Anila tells Toya that Quad just walked in, and Toya hightails it to the door with Eugene. Toya says that her timing was just right leaving the party. She is unbothered and unnoticed. No, Toya, you're very much bothered and you very much notice Quad. You made it a point to brush past her abruptly and kind of brush her shoulder on the way out, kind of like brushed her garment. The garment was kind of big, but you didn't have to walk that close to her either. Toya, you are bothered and pressed, and I want you to take some time to do some thorough soul searching and figure out why Quad has you stressed and pressed within your chest thinking that you're about to lose. If you get to feeling stressed within your chest thinking that you're about to lose. Shout out to Destiny's Child, okay? That's for the girls that's like 27 and up. You need to figure it out, Toya, because the behavior is ugly. It's not becoming. Quad's mere presence has you shaken and stirred, baby. Jackie said, who invited Quad? Production. Jackie, that's who invited her. You know what time it is? Simone said after the Napa trip, Quad should have picked up the phone to get the friendship back on track instead of showing up at the Med Gala. Simone, are you saying that after you all kicked her off the trip, 24 hours after she got there, not even, that she should have begged and groveled to get back within the friendship group after she pretty much already did that on the trip? She should have picked up the phone to call you to get the friendship back on track when y'all gave her the boot? It was on her to beg? On what planet does Simone exist? In what realm, in what reality has Simone got lost in? None of this is making sense to me. Simone, I want you to be very serious for like 2 seconds. Be for real. Quad gets kicked out the friend group and she has to beg and grovel to get back in y'all's good graces. Girl, okay. Quad, Lateasha, and Gregory are now in the same setting. Quad asks if she can hug Gregory, and Lateasha says, ask him. Greg says yes. And Greg just kind of stood there looking stunned. Did y'all notice that? Like, he couldn't take his eyes off of her. Like, he was transfixed. He was bewitched by her beauty, it seemed. I know the look because I've had that effect on a man before. That's how I'm telling you what that look is, because I've seen it many a time. And Quad got that sauce where, of course, she would do that to a man. Of course she could do that to a man. Of course she could break him down. Of course she came back to the show in the finale to break up the scene. That's what Quad does. I don't know what we were expecting here. Quad is going to come and shut shit down and make you feel insecure. Lateasha saw her man. Lateasha saw what her man was given. Stuttering. Stutter, 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 stutter. Yeah. Shout out to Joe. Lateasha later on said that she felt some type of way because it was supposed to be about us. Girl, you came into this friendship circle and you expect to never run into Quad at events? Like, Lateasha is just not the brightest. That's the thing. She doesn't fit into this group. I'm not sure what her expectation was. She is a ridiculous person to me, and I disagree with Carlos King when he says that she's good for TV. She is out of place. She is out of her depth, and most of her scenes are cringe. In the beginning, she said that Heavenly got her drunk to get her to talk about what was going on with her and Gregory. No, baby. You, a big, hard back, hard foot, 32-year-old woman, picked up those shots and threw them back. That was a choice. You threw those shots back and started spilling the beans. There was a scene where she threw back a shot of Crown Royal before she went to mingle with the girls. In the scene with Jackie and Curtis versus her and Greg, she looked like she was drunk then too. Now, I'm not saying that Lateasha is an old drunk bitch, but that's what she gives me sometimes. When she told Jackie, F you, bitch, it gave me incoherent mess. She is clearly not ready for reality TV. She said it numerous times in interviews. I don't need to see her come back. But anyway, what I was saying is that you just need to be serious for a moment. Quad is known to break up the scene and look good while doing it. And this is a part of the reason that we love her so much. That is part of the Quad allure. You know what I mean? It's what she does. When Jackie said at the end that Toya is going to irritate the irritation out of everybody, absolutely. Yes, ma'am. That's what she does. Well, y'all, this was a great finale. Too bad the season as a whole wasn't great. Kema and Dr. Alicia are full. I don't want to see them on TV ever again. They need to bring Quad back. They do. They just do. I don't necessarily want to watch this show without Quad because it's such a weird dynamic, and they are pretending that they are such a close-knit friend group. They don't really bang with Toya like that. They think she's a dummy, and they find her irritating, and so do I. This was actually the season where Toya got on my nerves the least. Usually I cannot take Toya. I'd be ready to cuss her out, but this was a mild season for her. Actually, because Quad wasn't around, so she didn't really have anybody to fuss and fight with and project her jealousy onto. Anyway, y'all, that was the episode. Hit the like button for me on the way out. Let me know what you thought about the season. What did you think about the finale? Yeah, again, I don't want to see Lateasha and Greg back. I don't need to see them. I'm good. Everybody else you can bring back, and bring back Quad, period. By the way, y'all can keep Phaedra. Don't bring her back on Married to Medicine. She gave us so much of nothing. I didn't even remember that she was here for this season. I didn't even remember that she was here for this episode. I will see y'all for the reunion, and I'm also going to cover the reunion looks. So that should be the next video, actually. And I will see y'all for the next one. Peace.
I've been all in my phone, I got options, and I don't wanna tell you to drop it.